So looking at problem number 3 in the first practice exam of the DNS book, it's a goofy problem. We've got a forest that's in the shape of a rectangle right here. So, being a pretty smart guy, I drew a rectangle. They talk, though, about the idea here of the density of trees given by this function. I believe that's rho of x, everybody. There you go. At a distance of x miles away from the 5 mile side. So when we talk about the rectangular forest right here, I put the 3 mile side down here on the x-axis, x representing the distance of a random point, which could be here or here or here or here, as the distance away from the 5 mile side. So that I put on the y-axis here, realizing that our x-coordinate gives us that distance away from that 5 mile side. So it kind of looks like this, and I thought this was a really good problem to talk about units on. Rho of x, or density, was in trees per square mile. So in trying to figure out the total number of trees in the forest, to go from trees per square mile to just plain trees, looked like we were going to have to do some integration of the rho of x function. Now, all 4 options dealt with that. And I hate to just dive right to what I think is the right answer, but I wanted to talk about this one right over here. And I think by looking at the 4 choices and reasoning our way through, we can probably figure some things out. So we knew we were either going to be integrating rho of x or rho prime of x based on the 4 choices, and I'll explain in just a minute why we went with rho of x right here. But if we talk about what's going on, oh, I just realized here, I had an x for that upper limit right there, but that should have been to 3. We've set the 3 mile side here along the x-axis. So if we're integrating with respect to x, this region starts at an x value of 0 and ends at an x value of 3. So that explains the limits of integration going from 0 to 3. But this 5 mile side has remained fixed. We're not talking about wandering away from the 3 mile side. We're going away from the 5 mile side this way. So no matter where we cut this rectangle off, whether it's here or here or here, or in the full size right there at 3, the 5 is going to remain fixed as, I guess, the height of that rectangle. So that's why we have a 5 out in front. And if we now think about units, I think that helps drive the point home a little bit better. The 5 is being measured in miles. The rho of x function itself is measured in trees per square mile, and of course let's not forget that's actually multiplication right there. That, dx, is in miles because we're talking a distance from 0 to 3 miles. And when we multiply miles times trees per square mile times miles again, the 2 miles on the top and the square miles on the bottom cancel, just leaving us with the total number of trees. So that all seems to support then what they had as the correct answer, which is B.